This is bigger than a draft pick. This is about control, and it just exploded in Indiana. In the last 48 hours, the Indiana Fever fan base has turned into a battlefield. Not against a rookie, not against the front office. The spotlight is locked on one person, Stephanie White, and it all started with one answer. On draft night, the Fever selected Raven Johnson, a defensive star, a winner, a guard who plays the same position as the face of the franchise, Caitlin Clark. Simple question from the media: how does this help your guard rotation? Simple question, but the answer? That's what lit the match. Stephanie White broke it down like this: Tyasha Harris can play on and off the ball. Caitlin Clark can play on and off the ball. Raven Johnson is a true point guard. And then came the line that sent fans into a frenzy. This gives them flexibility to let Kelsey Mitchell rest. Wait, what? Not Caitlin Clark. Not the player who runs the entire offense. Not the engine, not the reason defenses panic the moment she crosses half court. Kelsey Mitchell. That one moment flipped the entire narrative because fans heard something deeper. They didn't just hear rotation talk. They heard a shift, a dangerous one. They heard a coach suggesting that the best playmaker in women's basketball might not always have the ball. And that's where everything changed. Let's be clear. This isn't about Raven Johnson. She's elite. Defense, IQ, championship experience, she brings real value. But this debate, it's about identity. Because when Caitlin Clark has the ball, everything opens up. Defenses stretch, lanes appear, shooters get space. The entire system breathes. Last season proved it. With Clark running the offense, the Fever weren't just good, they were dangerous. One of the most efficient offenses in the league. Take the ball out of her hands, everything slowed down. Predictable, average, and fans know it. That's why the reaction was instant, explosive, relentless. Social media turned into a war zone. Thousands of fans asking the same question: why would you move your greatest weapon away from what she does best? But here's the twist that makes this even bigger. The anger didn't stop at the coach. It shifted to the media because not one reporter pushed back. Not one follow-up question. Not one moment of pressure. No one asked the obvious. If Caitlin Clark is your franchise player, why isn't the offense built entirely around her? Silent. And that silence, fans saw it as protection. Because in bigger markets, that answer gets challenged instantly. In Los Angeles Lakers territory, in New York Knicks media rooms, that question doesn't slide. But here, it did. And now, fans want accountability. Now, to be fair, there is another side. Some analysts argue this is about health. Caitlin Clark dealt with injury. Less ball handling could mean less pressure, less wear, more longevity. It sounds smart. It sounds safe. But here's the problem. Championship teams are not built on fear. You don't limit your best player because something might happen. You manage minutes. You adjust rotations. But you don't shrink their role. You don't tell a generational talent to step back. You build everything around them. That's what makes this moment so intense. Because right now, there's a visible gap between what the coach is saying and what the fans, and even Clark herself, clearly believe. And it's been building for a while. From early experiments moving her off the ball, to adjustments that never quite clicked, to now a draft pick and a quote that reopened every doubt. So here we are, a team full of talent, a superstar who changes the game, a coach with a different vision, and one massive question hanging over everything. When the season starts, who really has the key? Because if the answer isn't Caitlin Clark, then this isn't just a controversy, it's a turning point, and it might decide the entire future of the Indiana Fever.